This video is for those who feel like they're lacking love in their lives. And loneliness is pretty universal, so we've all felt it at one point or another in our lives. It's important to point out, though, that being alone doesn't necessarily mean that you're lonely. A person can be married, surrounded by family and friends, and can still be terribly lonely. And then there are those who live alone and stay single and can be totally fulfilled. So if you're one of those who feel like you need a jump start in your love life or your social life, then it's time to write a new story of your life. Direct a new movie. Change the setting. Move if you have to. Change the characters in your story. No matter how discouraged you are or how dried up and weak you feel, ultimately, you're the only one who can rescue yourself. For the most part, you're still the creator of your destiny. In a way, you're in a crossroads. You can either continue on with the path you're in or change to a new path. But which path will you choose? I mean, there are so many paths. And let me tell you, all paths lead to the same thing. Because our lives are going to end someday. And so all paths end there. But it's your mission to really choose the path that's right for you. My path won't be the right path for you because this is my path. This is my journey. So you have to choose the path that speaks to your heart. And if you really stop and listen to your gut and listen to your heart, you will get to your path. If you ask me, and this is just my opinion, I think love is the most important thing in life. So choose a path that will immerse you in love. Because you can't really learn love through osmosis. You have to be constantly practicing it and to constantly be engaged in it. So choose a path that will really expose you to doing the things that you love and the career that you love and the people whom you love. Because your happiness is at stake, and that's a major thing. I think really one of the most unfortunate things in life is for those who play love, who play pretend love. To pretend to love somebody they're with, even though they have ceased loving them a long time ago. And people do this for a number of reasons. Financial reasons or safety and security. And some people have gotten so good at this that the other person can't even tell the difference. But the only thing is it eats you up inside. You're going to just become empty, hollow shell. And that's unfortunate. But I think in our heart of hearts, we already know our path. Like we already know which path we need to take. But we make up all these stories and obstacles in our heads. And we're just focusing on the negative. And we blame the world. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful and she's so skilled. And look at me, I'm just an ordinary guy, so she'll never go for me. Or it's going to be a long distance relationship. It's never going to work. He's allergic to dogs and I have dogs and I'm into sports and he's not. And the list goes on and on. And the thing is, we make up all these obstacles just in our heads. And it's not really real. And we do this for comfort. It's just easier to hide behind these excuses and rationalizations because it's scary. The path that we really want is scary. And it's easier to hide behind excuses and actually take the risk. And the thing is, everything has to come down to fear. I mean, we're fearful that we can't handle whatever's going to come on our way. We're afraid to face rejection or whatever it is. And I've been afraid all my life. I fear a lot of things. But at the same time, I've also been taking risks all my life. So I've learned to acknowledge my fear. Okay, here it is. I'm afraid. And then I put it in my pocket and carry on. And I just keep on experimenting with my life. And I think that's what we need to do, is just to acknowledge that we're always going to be afraid. But it's really worth the risk, because this is something that we love, and we're free. We're free to choose, not just whatever comes our way, but we're free to choose to create our own destiny. So in a way, yes, I think love is one of those things that cannot be stopped. It's like a river that has a current, and it just keeps on flowing, and it might change paths here and there, but you can't stop it. And it knows no obstacles, and all these obstacles are just created in your head, and you tend to sabotage everything before you even start, just out of comfort. So I think more than anything, just go with the flow and go with the current and stop fighting it.